This is a written speech for Jashan-e-Malood-e-Kabba. Even the students of our Madrasah, of AGAZ WAKEFIELD only. And the title of the speech is Who is Ali? I know most of you have heard of or know about Ali, Salam. But for those of you who haven't, let me tell you a bit about Ali. So in the words of the students of AGAZ WAKEFIELD.
Salawat. Who is Ali? Ali is the one who was born within the walls of the Ka'bah, and when he opened his eyes, the first sight he saw was the face of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Ali is the one who grew up with the Prophet, peace be upon him. Like a brother and like an elder brother, the Prophet, peace be upon him, taught him everything. In Nahjad al-Akha, Ali, may peace be upon him, said, I used to follow the Holy Prophet like a baby follows his baby camel follows his mother. No wonder the Prophet, peace be upon him, would later go on and say, I am the city of knowledge. Ali is the door. Whoever decides to enter the city should enter from the door. Even in the mountain of Hira, when the Prophet, peace be upon him, went to meditate, Ali, may peace be on him, went with him most of the time. Sometimes he stayed on the mountain for 3 or 4 days. Sometimes Ali, may peace be on him, would bring him food while he meditated alone. Salawat. Salawat. Who is Ali? When invitations were sent to the leaders of the Who is Ali? When the invitations were sent to the leaders of the Banu Hashim to come to the house of the Prophet, peace be upon him, for a dinner also called the Ashira, or summoning the family. 40 of them came, ate food, and then heard the Prophet, peace be upon him, talk about his mission of no God but Allah, and Muhammad, peace be upon him, as a messenger of Allah, and whoever offers his help to propagate this religion will be his deputy and successor. No one stood up except Ali, may peace be upon him. After announcing this 3 times, the Prophet, peace be upon him, declared that Ali, may peace be upon him, would be his deputy and successor. People said it was a joke that certainly all will boy must be a deputy of the prophetic mission. Abu Lahab, a leader of the Quraysh, said to Abu Talib in jest, go and obey your son. But Abu Talib just replied with a meaningful smile. Ali, may peace be upon him, kept his promise to help the Prophet, peace be upon him, in his mission the rest of his life. Salawat. Salawat. Who is Ali? As time passed, Islam started spreading. The Quraysh became increasingly worried that this group of followers of Muhammad, peace be upon him, were becoming a movement that could threaten the control of Makkah and more importantly, Kaaba. They planned to assassinate the Prophet, peace be upon him, Allah, may he be praised and exalted, ordered the Prophet, peace be upon him, to leave Makkah. 40 swordsmen were sent to assassinate the Prophet, peace be upon him. However, he had been forewarned by the angel Ibrar. So he left someone lying in his bed pretending to be the Prophet. peace be upon him, while he escaped to Medina. This migration of the Prophet, peace be upon him, to Medina is called Hijrah and marks the beginning of the Islamic calendar. Who was it that slept in the Prophet's, peace be upon him, bed? It was none other than Ali, may peace be on him, who slept in the Prophet's, peace be upon him, bed, without hesitation, risking his own life for the Prophet, peace be upon him. When the non-believers entered the house of the Prophet, peace be upon him, to assassinate him, they found Ali, peace be on him, sleeping peacefully in the Prophet's, peace be upon him, bed. Salawat.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وأجل الفاتحة.
Salawat.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد
محمد وآل محمد بلندتر صلوات.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
When the Prophet, peace be upon him, arrived in Makkah with his followers from Medina, he made a Muslim from Makkah, the Muhajirun, meaning emigrants, a brother of a Muslim from Medina, the Ansar, meaning helpers. For Abu Bakr, he chose Kharna bin Zayd. For Umar, he chose Utban ibn Malik. For Rahman, he chose Aus ibn Thabit. For Jafar ibn Abi Talib, he chose Murad ibn Jabal. For Abdurrahman ibn he chose Saad ibn Rabbi. For Talha, he chose Ka'b bin Malik. For Ammar ibn Yasir, he chose Zahra ibn Alaman. For Abu Darda, he chose Salman the Taysir. For Munzir ibn Umar, he chose Abu Dar al-Ghafri.
محمد وآل محمد بلندتر صلوات.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Everyone was wondering whom among the Ansar will the Prophet, peace be upon him, choose as his own brother. The Prophet, peace be upon him, raised Ali's, may peace be upon him, arm, saying, "O Ali, you are my brother in this world and the next." It was not long after the Prophet, peace be upon him, married his dearest daughter, the Lady Fatima, may peace be upon her, to Ali, may peace be upon her.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Now that Islam had a city and many followers, they were increasingly under attack from the forces around them. The Prophet, peace be upon him, began to organize his followers to battle the non-believers. He handed the standard, the flag of his followers, to none other than Ali, may peace be on him. Little did Ali, may peace be on him, know his son Abbas would be bearing the standard in Karbala, standing shoulder to shoulder with his brother Imam Hussain, may peace be on him.
حوصلہ افزائی کے لیے تمام احباب مل کے بواز بلند صلوات.
اللهم صل على محمد.
بچے رہ گئے انشاءاللہ پریشان. بسم اللہ.
Salawat.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Who is Ali? Ibn Abi Hadid says that Ali had a personality in which opposite characteristics met, and it is impossible to find an example to compare Ali to. He was a brave, ferocious and powerful warrior. Such brave men are usually cold-hearted, cruel and eager to shed blood. On the contrary, Ali was kind, sympathetic, warm-hearted, pious and God-fearing. The battles of Badr, Uhud, Khandaq and Khaybar were fought in the defense of Islam and won by the hands of Ali, may peace be upon him. But it was perhaps the Battle of Khaybar which had the biggest impact in the history of Islam. Can we forget how after saying the fought at Khaybar for 40 days, the Muslims were unable to breach its wall when the Prophet, peace be upon him, declared he would hand the standard to one who is brave and steadfast the next day, and that is this person who will bring victory to the Muslims. Who did he call for? Ali, may peace be upon him. The Muslims questioned how allying Ali, may peace be upon him, could bring them victory, which a prophetic miracle, the Prophet, may peace be upon him, cured Ali, may peace be upon him. We all know how Ali, may peace be upon him, pulled the gates of Khaybar, the same gates that took 60 men to open off its hinges, and brought success to the Muslims. The success at Khaybar brought prosperity and stability to Muslims. They were no longer a small faction, they had become a force in Arabia. Salawat.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد.
Salawat.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد.
The courage were forced. Who is Ali? The courage were forced to make peace with the Muslims, and a treaty was drawn up called the Treaty of Hudaybiyah. Who did the Prophet, peace be upon him, choose to write this treaty? It was Ali, may peace be on him. It was not long after that Makkah fell to the Muslims. One of the first acts that the Prophet, peace be upon him, would choose to do after entering Makkah was clear of its idols. Who did the Prophet, peace be upon him, choose to assist him in doing so? It was Ali, may peace be on him. Salawat.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد.
Salawat.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد.
Assalamu alaikum. Yali Modin. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Who was Maulana Ali alayhi salam? As the Prophet's, peace be upon him, began to inculcate that his mission of conveying Islam to the Muslims was almost complete in the month of Dhul-Hijjah, 10 AH. He was challenged by a Christian missionaries of Najd, a city in province of Yemen, to incur the wrath of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala if they were on the wrong path. Call Mubala. Who did the Prophet's, peace be upon him, tell with him to Mubala? Bibi Asha narrates the Prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala call up Ali, Fatima, Hussain and Hussain. Salawat. And said, Lord, this is my family. Then he took this family with him to open a land outside the city where they all assembled to bring a curse of God on those who lie. When the Christian missionaries saw that the Prophet's, peace be upon him, had brought his family, they were out to do Nara
Found his last Hajj in 10 AH. After completing the Hajj, halfway through the journey, returning to Medina, where the pilgrimage separate to go their way, the Prophet, peace be upon him, ordered the whole caravan to halt. All those who went ahead were called back, and for those who were behind they were waited for them to arrive. The place was Ghadir, near a pool of water. This is why it was named Ghadir-e-Qum. When all assembled at this place, the Holy Prophet asked the pulpit to be constructed. He then stood atop the pulpit and delivered his last sermon. Then he said, "The Almighty is my Lord, Mola. Am I the Lord of all the Muslims, and have more rights and powers on their lives than themselves? Do you believe in assertion of mine?" Everyone replied, "Yeah, O Apostle of God." 3 times he asked the same question, and 3 times he received the same affirmation. At this solemn affirmation, he said, "Hear and remember that to whoever I am Mola, Ali is the Mola, to him he is to who Harun was to Musa. The Almighty God is a friend to his friends, and a foe to his foe. Help those who help him, and frustrate those who betrayed him." While he sang this, he raised Ali's high over his shoulder in order to be seen by all the Muslims assembled there. Thereupon the Holy Prophet received the final revelation. "This day I have perfected your religion for you and have filled up the measure of my bounty upon you, and I am pleased with Islam to be your deen." Salawat.
MashaAllah. So those are the children of the AGAZ Madrasah in Wakefield, and this is a speech. So this was a speech we prepared specially for this Jashan-e-Malood-e-Kabba. We've got another child here, Musa, who wants to read something as well.
Salawat. Today I will do some wonderful sayings of Imam Ali alayhi salam. Number 1. Knowledge is better than wealth. Knowledge protects you, but with wealth you have to protect it. Number 2. Do not force your children to behave like you, for surely they have been created for a time which is different to your time. Number 3. The first to apologize is the bravest. The first to forgive is the strongest. The first to forget is the happiest. And I'll do another one. Your tongue is just like a lion, so if you let the lion loose, it will wound someone. So just the same with your tongue. If you let your tongue loose, it will also wound someone. Salawat.
Also, welcome to Molana's Way. Thank you for coming here today and honoring us with your presence. I know you've had a long journey. One of the other things we did in preparation for the Jashan, trying to educate the children, inform them about Jashan-e-Malood-e-Kabba. We did an exercise where we asked the children about naming 5 qualities that a Shia should possess, a good Shia should have, and with the intention that we would make a word cloud. To my surprise, I thought they'd struggle to write down 5 words to describe the qualities. How many did you write, Akil? 22. How about you, Jafar? 32, right? And what about you, Zamzam? Then how many did you write? 5. So he wrote 5. And Ayan, how many did you write? How many qualities did you write in the Madrasah? You remember? 6. So some of them wrote up to 30. So what we did is we put all of that in, and we've created, Lamasab for you, a word cloud. So the words that are bigger have been repeated more. So this is something we've prepared for you, and these are the words that our children have used to describe a good Shia, which includes somebody respects Allah, respects others, somebody is modest, generous, wise, a role model, exemplary, steadfast, positive, courageous, intelligent, strong, patient, grateful, articulate. So these are all the great qualities, and we're hoping you can display this at the MUS office in London. We've got a smaller version of that for your own sort of office, or if you want to take that home as well.
بچوں کی صحت و سلامتی کے لیے بلند تر صلوات.
Thank you again, boys. You've done really well. We've been preparing for this speech for a while, for a few weeks now, and they've done really well. For some of them, it was the first time reading in front of a huge audience, and mashallah, they did very well. So a loud salawat for you boys, yeah, for doing really well.